What's going on YouTube? Taylor Prentice back here with another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about the week 16 drop list for Supreme's fall winter 2022 season, which is set to drop this Thursday, December 15th. So if you guys are new to the channel, I drop streetwear content 2 to 3 times a week covering stuff like Supreme, Palace, Kith, Babe drops, all that. So if you're interested in that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. But anyways, getting into these pieces, the first items here are actually some t-shirts that we don't have images for. So if you guys follow me here or on Instagram, I'll either make a shorts video or just be posting the images on my Instagram whenever they come out, so stay tuned for those. But moving into the pieces we actually do have images for, the first item we have here is the Great China Wall hoodie, and I really like these, especially this mint green one. And I did say hoodie even though it is a jacket. This is more of like a Carhartt jacket style of jacket. It is a canvas material, so it's going to be heavy and warm, and this piece does have a quilted poplin lining which will keep you warm, very similar to a Carhartt jacket. But I like the artwork on this. You guys know typically I don't love Supreme going down the sleeve of items, but I think it actually works here because it's only on one sleeve. I think it works a lot better. And then on the back of this too, we do have some artwork. I'll throw up some images, but really we just have the artwork on the hood, and then on the back below the neck we have very similar artwork to what we have here on the front. And then we've just got the little skulls there on the sleeve. I actually really like this mint green one. I think the brown detailing with it was really nice, but both of these I think are pretty solid pieces, both colorways. And then there's pants of this too, and I actually like the pants a lot too, so we'll get into that a little later in the video. But moving on, we have the Great China Wall sword hoodie, and this one I do not like nearly as much as these actual jackets, which they don't really bother me that much. One of my biggest gripes is that it says Supreme on the hoodie twice. I feel like they could have done something more creative on the right sleeve, and I also don't like that the left sleeve is gradient and then the right sleeve is not. Just kind of a weird juxtaposition there. We do have some detailing on the hood, which is nice, and then on the back, this is called the sword hoodie for a reason. We've got a sword going through a heart, so I like that artwork. It's full embroidery, so that's a big plus for this piece. But yeah, I just don't like that right sleeve. It's really throwing me off, and I do wish they incorporated more of this gradient effect into the rest of the artwork. Here we have a fur collar coat with the 3M Thinsulate, so it's going to keep you pretty warm, going to be nice. Again, this is not a style of jacket that I think people are going to Supreme for, so I imagine these will be pretty expensive just because of what they are, but I also don't think people will be going too hard to go after these. Regardless though, I think they're pretty nice pieces. I think the pattern on this colored jacket is nice, but I think the black one takes the cake. Just pretty simple but super clean at the same time. I like the red insulation lining there. I think that is a nice little detail. Here we have the quilted lambskin leather jacket. So these are going to be pretty expensive just because they are lambskin leather, but I don't really like the way that they look. I'm not sure how I feel about quilted jackets in general. There's times where I really like it and times where I don't, and this is one of the times where I just really don't like it. I feel like with this silhouette it just doesn't work very well. And I kind of do like these pockets here. I feel like that was a nice detail, but as far as just the whole silhouette of the jacket, was not really feeling this piece or these colors really. I feel like the colors could have been better as well. Here we have the signature long sleeve top, so it's kind of hard to tell what's going on here, but really it just says Supreme, and then the image has been like kind of crossed out, like someone just wrote the word Supreme and then kind of drew some lines through it. This is full embroidered, so that's a nice detail, but I feel like these are definitely like undershirts that you wear kind of just letting the edges poke out under something. But I don't know, I don't hate this piece, but I definitely don't like it either. Here we have the paneled long sleeve polos. These are velour. These are alright. I like this like cream colorway. This colorway looks cool, but I just imagine it being kind of hard to wear. Same with this like red and pink one. But these aren't the worst pieces. I'm kind of indifferent on these. Don't feel too strongly either way. And below that we have a small box logo zip up hoodie with the wide draw cords. I really like those drawstrings. I think it adds a nice detail to these hoodies, and they're super basic, but I feel like it just kind of adds some spice to them, even though it's not anything that's too out there. I like these more than the small box logos that we've seen in recent history. And I think if I were to go with the color, really I'd probably go like brown, gray, or black, because I'm super basic. But really all these are pretty solid. If you need just a nice hoodie, I would say go for this, and it will probably sit there for a decent amount of time, I would imagine, because I don't think anyone's going to be super hype running to these pieces, but I do think they're really solid, and they're one of the only pieces from this week that I could see myself wearing for sure. So here we have the Great China Wall jeans. I think these are sick. So again, we've got that skull artwork there on the front, we've got some little detail there on the bottom of the right leg, and then on the back we have one of my favorite details. So in a similar fashion to how they applied the skulls with the applique and using like different colors for each skull, they did the same thing with the Supreme logo or branding on the back. So as you guys can see there, right below, or like right on your butt kind of, it says Supreme, and it's being covered up by the pockets, which I think is another cool detail. I thought these were really solid. I think I actually maybe like the black ones here more as pants, but I really still like these mint green ones as well. So these and that jacket I think are by far the best pieces this week, and then that drawstring hoodie is my second favorite. Here we've got some wool trousers. I don't know, these are okay. I can't see too many Supreme wearers buying these, but at the same time, this fashion was really big. Like, I feel like 2017, 2018, this style of pants, especially where they're like a little cropped and a little tighter fitting, these do look a little wider. So I'm curious to see these once people start wearing them, or once we get some images, how they actually fit, because it does look a little bit wider than the style from previous years, but I think that's a good thing. I think that style was a little bit too tight. So like I said, I'll need to see these on person, but kind of the same to a couple other pieces from this drop. I'm just indifferent. I don't feel too strongly one way or another that I like these or don't like these. We've got the Doughboy skateboard. I think this is sick. I don't skateboard, so I never really go out of my way to buy these skateboards, even though there are more display pieces, which I just don't want to be someone who doesn't skateboard, who has like a bunch of skateboard displays in their house. Feels kind of posery or whatever, but this one is super cool. The artwork is awesome. Yeah, this is one of the cooler skateboards that I've seen Supreme release, in my personal opinion. My mom's like really into baking, so this is something that I could see picking her up low-key, even though I'm sure she'd be like, why did you give me a skateboard? But I don't know. This piece was really cool. I thought they did a really cool job with the artwork. I wish that they did like a t-shirt or like a sweatshirt with this artwork on it, because I feel like that would have been really cool. Moving on, we've got a bunch of hats. So the first one we have here is the Treybar camo beanie. These are pretty cool. I like the camo. It's very unique. You don't see camos like that. It's kind of abstract almost. And then you've got the very, very subtle Supreme branding. Like, you probably can't tell what it is unless you're on top of somebody, but I actually kind of like that in this case. And I think the colored one actually works a little bit better here, because I think the camo kind of colorway allows you to wear it with pretty much any like pieces. Below that, we have the Doughboy beanies. If you like the Doughboy logo or you like Pillsbury, these are going to be for you. Just kind of all over print. Nothing too crazy going on here. Just a full knit. I think it's cool. I don't know. I'm not that affiliated with Pillsbury, so I think I'll be sitting this one out. Here we have the Fire Department of New York Engine 9 5-panel. So I'm not really sure what the Engine 9 means, if that's just like a specific fire truck that has this emblem on it or whatever. It does look like they've put their own twist on it. I'll put some better images up so you guys can see it a little bit bigger. But the image is pretty cool. It says Chinatown on it, so I would imagine Engine 9 has something to do with the Chinatown location, or is located in Chinatown. But I think this is cool, just a commemoration to the New York Fire Department. I feel like firefighters always deserve some respect. I feel like they're kind of slept on. They save a lot of lives. They risk a lot for us. So huge shout out to all the firefighters out there. And I know a lot of people were in the comments saying, like, I haven't bought anything from Supreme in years, but I really want this fire department piece. So it's cool to see people in such support of fire department workers, or firemen, whatever you want to call them, just because they do a lot for us and they're kind of slept on. So huge shout out to all of them. Below that, we have a Glow Ripstop camp cap. So this is Ripstop, and I believe the parts of the Ripstop that are kind of grid-like the lines of the grids, are the pieces that are reflective or glow in the dark. So that'll be cool to see. Like I said last week, I wish they put images up like Palace does, where you can tell what's reflective or what's glow in the dark. I really appreciate that Palace does that. So hopefully Supreme will start to do that in the next couple of seasons, but I don't know. It would be kind of surprising to see, because they've kind of just stuck with what they do and it works, so can't blame them. Here we have a Cordura puffer balaclava. I think these are sick. I think having a puffer balaclava is a good idea, just because it's going to keep you super warm. This is something I could see wearing with like my Montclair if I was going somewhere really cold, because my Montclair doesn't have a hood. So I like this. I like the puffer aspect of this a lot, and it's not something you see, especially with like a built-in brim too. So I think this was a pretty cool piece, and I imagine this will be pretty expensive as far as balaclavas go, because there's a lot of extra work put into this balaclava in comparison to like your typical just like cotton ski mask type of thing. So here we have a snow shovel. It is adjustable. It is aluminum. It's getting into that cold weather time, so if it's snowy where you live, you might want to pick this up. I don't have too much to say about this piece. I feel like it's like a pretty cool thing. I feel like they've done pretty well with the winter accessories. If you had this and like the inflatable snowman, you're really killing it with your winter Supreme accessories. But I don't know, this isn't something that I would buy personally. And last, we've got a thermal set. I really like thermals. I wear the polo thermals pretty much every single day, just in a different color. I've got like 8-10 of them. But yeah, I love thermals, so these are something I could see myself picking up. I don't really ever wear any thermal trousers, so I probably will be passing on those, but don't be surprised if you guys see me wearing one of these thermals in a future video. Definitely something I could see myself wearing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know down below what pieces you guys think you're going to pick up. Let me know what was your favorite. Anything really caught your eye. I do think the Great Wall China jacket and pants are probably the highlights of this week. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next time. Have a good one.